All right, y'all. I'm back. It's me again. Got something I want to share. Hold on, got it upside down. Yeah. It's grip tape. Amazon special. The reason I have it is because that's what I'm putting on the driver floor there. So I'm gonna pop that panel out and let's see how this lays on. And this is cheap. This is just Amazon, So I always share the tips and tricks, the good and bad, what works, what doesn't. So hopefully this works good. Let's see how it goes. Let me go get it pulled out and I'll show you how this lays out. All right, so here's that tape. It's kind of thin, but it's not gonna matter. It's just a tad too small, but it's gonna work for what we're doing. I could make a few layers, go the other way, but yeah, it's be all right. It's close enough. It's gonna get the job done. So I'm just gonna kind of lay it out, trim it up, peel it back, and then stick it down. Let's see how it goes. All right, y'all. I've done a horrible job of taking footage, but let me catch you up. So you knew that we were working on the floor, okay? That's done. Amazon grip tape worked great. It's cord turned in. That is done. But what you see right here, I set the optic armor windshield in place because what we're working on is the windshield support bar. It's not actually going to touch the windshield. It's just in the case of a rare circumstance that the windshield starts to get pushed in from the force of air, because this isn't very aerodynamic. It'll keep it from blowing in. So we're at this point. I'm going to go ahead and put one. Hopefully we never have to use it, but it will be in there. So that's what I'm working on right now. I do have the bar. Let's see. Got the bar. This is 1/2 inch. It is 1/2 inch and it's a little overkill, but just using the material that we have. It's okay. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. I have my little bender, little Vevor bender. Vevor. I don't know how you say it. So I got that, and I'm mounting it to my my metal shear here. That way it'll stay, and I can bend some tube, because this used to be mounted to the chassis table, which is returned back to its owner now. So that's no longer here. We are chassis table-less now. So if I were to ever do another car or something, I would, without a doubt in my mind, build another one, to be honest with y'all. That one's wasn't ideal or optimum. I made it work, but it could have been a lot better. So anyway, unmounted that. I'm gonna mount it to this. That way I can bend some tube. So that's kind of where we sit with it. Try and get that buttoned up and see what else we can get into today. I do have the dry sump tank, which I'm gonna need to get some tabs because it's gonna get mounted back here, kind of NASCAR style. I want to try and keep the weight bias good. I don't want to have to add a bunch of weight or nothing. I know that big block is heavy. The turbos are heavy, so we're gonna do everything we can to keep some weight, from being all on the nose, because we are gonna do multiple different types of racing with this deal. So I'm trying to be smart, trying to plan ahead. Hopefully it doesn't bite us in the butt. So that's where we sit with it. Got the floor done, set the seat back in it. I set the windshield up there. It's just setting in the seal so I can have a rough idea to gauge the distance from the windshield to put that bar. So that's what I'm working on. Let's see how that goes. All right. What do y'all think of that? It's just sitting in there. I got my central tool, little magnetic holder holding it up. I feel I have good distance between the window and this. It's not touching it or anything. It's just close, so I should keep it from really having any issues. I do have it kind of angled up like that because I want it to be up and out of the way. I need to find center here because I'm gonna put it center. But this is roughly about what I'm thinking. I could do the little, I don't know, I guess call it bridge bracing or whatever right here. But this is 1/2 inch. That's overkill. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. I don't think there's a need for anything more. So that'll be another thing down, and I can get this windshield put back in the box so we don't tear it up. I had to drill out a whole bunch. This cab was from a S10 that was a grudge truck out in Mississippi. It was wrecked, but I have the cab and the bed from it, and so it already had Lexan windows. So I had to drill out all buku junky rivets and stuff to even be able to lay the windshield in there for this. But yeah, it's looking good. I think that's gonna work. So I'm gonna see about finding center and getting it tacked up in there and get the windshield off and see about getting it welded out. So I just want to give y'all a little quick update. That's where we're sitting with it. I use the techniques that I've always showed y'all with my angle gauge and this V-bore bender. This little unit here, it comes anything from like, I don't know, I think 1/4 inch to 1 inch dies. And then I don't even think I have a battery in this deal. Yeah, battery's dead. I line it up the way I want it, so I'll just copy this angle. Is how I typically do it. So everybody's a little different. There are some fancier tools. Some people prefer to use exact numbers, but I found these cheaper ones to be a little inconsistent. So I just put the bend where I want it, and I'll lock this thing down, and then I'll come use that as a pattern. So anyway, let's get that tacked up, get that put in there, and see how it goes. All right, I'm gonna have to take the body off so I can get to the top part, and kind of down here at the bottom, the motor's in the way. So I'm just gonna pick the body up a little bit. It's just sitting here right now, so it's in there though. It's 3/4 welded on the bottom and the top. I just wanted to, you can see how we did it there. Like I said, it's close to the windshield, but it's not touching or anything. I think this single bar is going to be more than sufficient, so that's how it's going to be. I'm going to pick this body up and get it welded out, because I no longer want to just hit things here and there and come back have to weld them. After going through this whole chassis and seeing how long that took and how hard it is to find everything, we are welding everything out. I'm no longer doing that. So I'm gonna pick the body up, get that done, and I'm not trying to iron out the details on this. So let's get this buttoned up and we'll move on to this. All right. Don't judge my lift blocks, wheel chocks. Got the job done, got the cab up enough. Got it welded in. Went ahead and put a little paint up there because all this was painted anyway. I knew I was gonna put that there, so left it a little rough. Make sure and clean it all good, weld it out good. It's painted good. So another one checked off the list. I'm happy with it. I think I need to figure this situation out. So I'm gonna play around with a few ideas, but it's probably gonna be something similar. Just we're gonna play with it and see. So now that the windshield bar is done, I'm gonna leave that alone, and I'm gonna direct my attention to trying to get this on, I guess. All right. I guess let's see what I come up with. Not really sure. All right, we're back. I'm gonna close this video out like this. See the windshield bar? That braces in. Got a little coating of paint on that. It's nice. Got the floor right there done. And this is what I was working on. You want to talk about become a controversial topic? Controversial? There it is. Putting the dry sump tank in the back. Won't work. G's, all this stuff. I get it. I do understand. That's why you get the fuel cell in the back on an application like this. So I went a step further, and we reached out to Daily Engineering, Daily, and also Aviod, which makes the tank and the pan that I have, and I have a Daly pump. Both of them say the same exact thing, that of course you'll see a drop, but it's not going to be substantial enough to hurt anything on the initial hit. So also you'll probably see a little fluctuation on the gear change too from that bump. You know, they said it won't be drastic enough. To be honest, I don't really have room up front. That's a lot of motor, and we have ginormous turbos going up there, so that really limits me. And plus we have a fuel cell that has to go up there, so I'm gonna get the front end put on it and mock up to kind of gauge whenever I'm ready to mock up the turbos. But this has kind of always been the plan, and you got to realize it's not a long run. That was their thing. They're like, well, what's this in? I tell them, they're like, so you're talking 6 feet or less of line. I'm like, yes, don't worry about it, put it where you need to put it, you know. So if it becomes a thing where it drops down, let's say, you know, 10 15 psi, then of course we need to worry about it. But they don't think that that's going to be a problem. They said it will make a slight drop on the hit, but it's not enough that's going to hurt anything. And they said it instantly recovers, so it's not like it just keeps falling. It instantly recovers after that initial hit. So y'all, we're going to do it. We're going to try it. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work. That's part of doing stuff like this, kind of out of the side of the box. You do things the best you can your own way. That's what I'm trying to do. So it's higher than the pump, which gravity is going to help a little bit as well. So yeah, that's where we're at with it. That's what I want to end it out with. So y'all don't jump in the comments about my dry sump location on how it's not going to work and all this other stuff. Maybe those of you that have had it back there and it didn't work out well, didn't have the right size line, whatever, you know. I call the people that make this stuff. They said you should be fine. I'm gonna believe them. I don't know anything about this stuff. That's why we talk to professionals, and that's where we are. So I always share everything with y'all, good or bad, and so that's where we're at. But I'm gonna end the video on this deal, and we'll probably pick off on another spot. But anyway, I appreciate all of y'all as always. We're trying to continuously grow, and I'm trying to start a live shop talk thing once a week where I go live with somebody and we talk about what you got going on. I want to bring awareness to other people's builds and stuff. So look forward to that. And again, hit the subscribe if you haven't already, and give me a like, drop a comment. Just don't jump in the comments fussing at me about the dry sump thing. So let's just not go crazy about the oil tank deal. Let's just be patient. Let's try something. If you do the same thing as everybody else, then you get the same results. And this is a unique deal. I know it's not a unique S10. There's tons of them, but this whole build is unique. So that's what we're after. Again, thank you everybody that's following along, subscribing. Like, we're growing at a pretty good rate. I'm happy with it. I want to keep doing this, and like I said, I'm trying to do the once a week shop talk live. I want to get people on here and help each other grow, and just get your builds and your projects out there and talk about some of the struggles and stuff that you go through. Just something different, something cool. So y'all stay tuned for that. Drop a comment, let me know what y'all think. Just don't fuss at me about the oil tank situation. Let's just have some patience. We talked to the people that made these things. Like, let's just see how it goes, okay? Don't burn me at the cross yet, you know. So all right, y'all, well, that's gonna be it for this one. Appreciate you.